1939 Plymouth D8. Well, most of a 1939 Plymouth D8. This is quite a bit of a project vehicle. My final vision of what I think it might look like when I'm done, I'm not quite entirely sure. I got one rear fender on one side, none on the other. I do have the grille, but this thing needs a lot of work. So in this video I'm just going to kind of clean it up and see how much I can make it, how much I can, get it down to the point where I can assess it, and see how bad it is. I don't have any of the trim, so I'm gonna have to, if this is something I'm working out on, I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna have to like fill that all in, just make it very plain. Small block Chevy in the front with like maybe a power glide, something real simple. So let me start by just disconnecting everything I don't think I need on the outside. And yeah, not looking forward to some of this. Got my mask, I got some gloves, kind of gloves. Let's see how bad this looks. This is where it starts to get a little scary. All right, not terrible actually. Fuel neck, exhaust, some form of trim. And paper and an exhaust tip. Those are all probably garbage. Whew. And there's no spring or anything on this. Oh man, this looks bad. Ugh. You could see the frame rails through the trunk. That's not good. Let me get all this trash out. I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible. I mean, yet. Let's see here. I did notice when I was putting it up, I did lose a little bit of the car when I was pulling in on this. So probably just that's. Yeah, look, I see pop rivets in there. That's all got to just be replaced. All right. Now the inside. Okay. That's good. I'm a little afraid here. That's actually kind of cool. Looks like they used the jaws of life to cut this thing off. It's got a match. Got an engine mount. Oops, would probably be good if I didn't hit the car so much. Ugh. All right, I gotta put my mask on now. This is starting to get kind of nasty. Ugh. Well, I'm not gonna have the same headlights, but I'll be able to trade that. Oh, alright. That's all going to get trashed. Oh, wait, is this? No. That's there. That's a keeper. Oh, look. Electrical. So I got to get the seats out. And I gotta get this stuff out. Drive shaft. Oh man, this is bad. Alright, I'm gonna start laying some stuff down out of here and put the glass somewhere safe, the drive shaft, and I'll figure out. What's nice about these is the seats actually come out pretty easily. The top seat should too. I might just leave the frames in. The nice thing is the battery box doesn't look half bad. So, looks like someone made a trans mount for it. So that's handy. That's going in the save file. There is a radio, which is, oh, it's a Pioneer. Found a couple other little things. These are mostly switches and stuff in here. I think I might be able to get through this with just a vacuum cleaner, but I'm going to try to rip some of that stuff off the top and try to get some of this possibly cancer-causing stuff out of the sides here. Ugh, don't know what the hell that is. And I did also find a newer brake pad box. And I know the fronts on these have been, the front rotors have been converted in some way or another. And there are discs in the front. However, if you notice, see that upper arm? Whereas it should be connected like this, it's more like that. I'm looking at these things and they are pretty well worn out. So I don't know if I'm going to take one of these out and then just try to remake it. This doesn't look too bad. I gotta take the power washer to the frame in the front end. So let me get the rest of the soft interior out, and then I'll start pulling out the trash. I don't think this little guy's gonna make it. I don't know, maybe I should keep him. It's like a like a carryover from you know, before I touched the car till after. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that floor. That is disgusting. Rust wise. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with this car. This might be a this might have to be parted out. I don't know. But only one way to find out. You gotta get it down as far as you can get it and see what it looks like. At least learn something along the way. Seat bottoms are out. Everything else is out, pretty much. That is at least everything that's important. And yes, that's daylight through that wheel well. That's that might be a game. That might be yeah, game changer, a game breaker. But if you look also on the fender up above it, there's rust there too. So yeah, I don't know about this one. I'm gonna keep going and see where I get. The frame is nice and solid, but the body is not so great. So this might be a part out. Let's see. All right, I'm going to. I think it's a 1/2 inch drive for everything. It's only 2 bolts that hold the seats in, the seat backs in. Seat bottoms are held in just on little clips. Yeah, I'm gonna get those out, see how bad that looks, and then move from there. Got pretty good, but I mean, that problem right there with the front suspension, I'm not that worried about. And actually, the frame itself is pretty solid. You know, I knew already that this fender was going to be bad. And I mean, the driver's side door is pretty decent. All right. And actually, driver and passenger, well, rear driver's side door isn't terrible. See that shake though? So what I'm looking at with this really is I would probably have to replace both of these So I can make a solid connection to this floor, bring the floor all the way across, keep the center section hub there, and that whole side would have to be redone, because if we go to that door, let me take a look here. It's all rotted out from there to there. When I open this door, try not to make any more new marks in it. Whole door moves. And the front door, so it's almost like this whole side back corner of the car sat in water. But, you know, it's an old car. These things happen sometimes, right? Now this front door, however, I cannot open from the outside handle. And that's exactly why, right there. It's hanging on one hinge. So, I mean, people can get some good door skins off it. I mean, if somebody's got a good cab, a good body, they could drop it on here. Believe it or not, the thing I don't understand is the seats are actually in not terrible condition. I mean, to get someone to just put new upholstery on it and on the front frame and on the four pads, the 2 seats and the 2 backs, and it wouldn't be half bad at all. So it's a few weeks later, and I got some people who were somewhat interested in this car, but a lot of people were just either looking to just pull the VIN off of it and use that on their project, or they were looking to just not really use the full vehicle. So I went ahead and I ordered the suspension parts I need, and or the connections for the suspension parts that I need, and some shocks for the front. And I'm just really thinking about what I'm going to need to do. Well, that's good. The first thing I did was I actually torched out the old bar here. So this one was broken on one side. I actually ended up cutting it on the other, and then using a torch to smash the other piece out. And then eventually I actually got this to where it was starting to move, and I welded a nut to it and unthreaded it out the back. So, I mean, this is all pretty much, and I took the shock off this side, and the bottom piece broke right off, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that out and get something in there. So I have to measure that up. So I'm gonna put the new piece, the new upper A-arm connector, whatever the heck this is called. I actually ordered 2 different ones because it was difficult to find the right one for this. I'm gonna put that in place today. The other things that I'm gonna have to do in this vehicle are that top hinge there has got to be fixed. It needs to be cleaned still a lot. The shackle on the back needs to be connected to something. As you can see, it's just kind of, there it is, just kind of floating in air. And then I need to, I got a couple of 55-gallon drums, and I'm going to need to actually fix the floor on this side. So really those 3 things, it's funny, they're all down this one side. And then I can start looking at smaller things like, banging this one big dent out, getting the trunk to actually latch against something, maybe finding something I could use for the light that's supposed to be there for the license plate. But it shouldn't be too terrible. I did pull the seats out and took a look at them, and they're not terrible. I might actually just go ahead and recover them with something and call it a day. This one frame, I might have to take some of it off, but I mean, it's really not terrible. Okay, so for this video, I'm just going to end off with setting up that upper A-arm connection, and maybe I'll just throw the, actually I won't even throw the shocks in place. I did get the shocks so that they're ready to go. After that's in place up top, I think I'm gonna have to sit there with a wire wheel and a mask and just clean the heck out of this and then paint it. I might end up going through. Why was this notched here? It had to be notched for something. I might end up having to go. This was set up for a small block Chevy, and you can see that the motor mounts are really offset. But the clamshells that came with it for the motor actually are also, one of them is way offset. It's kind of weird. But I'll clean this all up, get the front suspension working, get the rear suspension working. I've got shocks for front and rear. I've got to fix that one perch. While I'm back there, I'll take the gas tank out, and then I could start cleaning up the frame underneath and then working on the floor and the body, and start using some rust converter on some pieces. So let me get that done, and then we can close this one out for today. When I first took the old piece out, I was a little worried. How do you get this in? Will it actually go? It does actually have enough room to angle in both ways. I'll make sure I'm putting this in the right way around. Goes in like that, so it's kind of tall offset set up top. So the larger shoulder goes on the bottom. Oh, I've got some rubber grommets that go in there as well. Let's see, not in this kit. In the other kit. And I'm actually going to need some fittings for these. Some Zerk fittings so that I can actually grease these up properly. This one that I got was, let's see, which way does this go? Interesting. All right, so these cups go this way. Yeah, it feels right. Oh, yeah, you put those on and all of a sudden you can't get it back together. Ah. Wonder how that works. They sit on the inside or the outside? They sit on the inside. I wonder if I should grease these before I put them together too. Might not be a bad idea. I'm looking at the other side to kind of get an idea of what I should or shouldn't be doing here. Let's see. It looks pretty straightforward. These cups kind of fit in here. Oh my, yeah. Almost need to compress these in place, because I mean, if you look at the other side over there, you could see how, see that cup right there? A little closer. That cup right there, how squished down it is. So on this side, I mean, we're gonna have to just squish the daylights out of this thing to get it into place. I don't know if it works better than the other one. Yep. The other problem is it's some really old rubber. Ooh, there we go. Someone's screaming at their PC right now, or at their phone right now, going, "No, you're doing it wrong." Which I am sure that I am doing this wrong. Let's see. I wonder if I could hit it really hard with a hammer. So that always works. Let me start greasing this up first. See if these get a little squishy after they've got some molly grease or something on them. Let me find my grease for this. before I do that, I wonder. Yeah, it's way too small. I can almost guarantee that this one's going to just slip and slide on it. But it might. Oh wait, I got to put the grease on it first. Be right back with some grease. Oh yeah, that nut in there? Oh yeah, great. Sure, this is definitely the right way to do it. So, let's see here. Oh, it's everywhere. Castle nut in the molly breeze, so I guess I was doing some steering work or something with that not too long ago. That was one of the shocks. Let's see. Right, stuff's flying everywhere. That's what I hate about this clamp. You can see it's just sliding. I'm starting to push it through, though, which is good. Look for another solution. I gotta remember next time I'm at Harbor Freight to get some real clamps. Yes, I have a lot of wood clamps. Let's see if it. Ooh, come on. I should probably be wearing goggles. This is gonna pop off and go right in my face, isn't it? I can start threading the end on that. That's the smooth end. And with these ends, there's a smooth end and a threaded end. The threaded end, this goes on the back, smooth end goes on the front. Huh. Okay. Well. Ooh. Oh, right into the molly grease. Oh. Oh, gross. All right. I should walk 3 feet over and get a hammer. This is a Craftsman ratchet, so I don't have to worry. Yep, looks like it started. Rather than banging on the threads, maybe it's a better idea. Hey. Contact. All right. Wrong threaded end piece. That's the right one. Okay. fudge. I need to get that piece out of there because I need this one to thread into there. Well, I could do this. I could partially get this together. Let's do this. Let's get this. Let's see. It's got to go this way. Get that on there. And we'll get our bolts through. I need my, I call this part of my bridge construction tools. They're like for the, it starts at a 1 inch, so it's like one of the, I don't know what size driver it is. It's not 3/4. Maybe it is 3/4, I don't know. But it looks like the type of tools you'd use to take a bridge apart. Snug this one all the way up, because I do have to get both sides started and going. I can see this actually coming in and hitting that rubber gasket right there. So it's going to smoosh the heck out of those, I'm sure. But next thing will be getting this thing apart. So I think that's it for this video. When I bring it back, I'll have that together and I'll start working on cleaning up the front suspension, putting in shocks, checking to make sure everything looks good, and then working on that rear suspension, the rear leaf spring connection. Well, actually, I'll get the gas tank out first before I start welding in on the rear leaf spring shackle, and we'll see if this thing looks like it's safe enough to go, around town speeds for now. Not necessarily, not looking to make a drag car out of this, just something fun, drive around. Hot rod, rat rod style, but something that, is not meant to go rat rod speeds. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for me, please put them in the comments, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing with this car. And thanks again.